Yo, what's going on guys? It is Cynnnical, and today for you guys I've got a discussion video that I want to talk about. A few people on AskFM were asking me to, talk about this, give my opinions, my thoughts about this whole subject, and that is talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC. What's your thoughts and opinions towards it? Do you believe, it should happen? Would you pick it up? Would you be excited if it happened? Or more so, Kingdom Hearts being on PC in the future? Because as it stands right now, I don't believe that Kingdom Hearts 3 will come to PC. I just don't feel that. But maybe perhaps for like a future Kingdom Hearts game, possibly, we'll see. So, first of all, let's talk about something that I think a lot of us weren't expecting, and that was the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 being on Xbox One. Now, I can almost guarantee that if you ask the person who is interested in Kingdom Hearts, who plays Kingdom Hearts, if you ask them, do you think Kingdom Hearts will ever come to Xbox? Obviously, before the whole announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 being on Xbox One, I can guarantee that that person would say, no, that would never happen. And I honestly felt like Kingdom Hearts would never see the day of light on Xbox, because of the fact that the main entries and the main installments of the Kingdom Hearts franchise have always been PlayStation. Of course, we have a few of the spin-offs on the Nintendo handhelds, and that's pretty cool. I know we've come kind of used to that. But in terms of like Kingdom Hearts, it is definitely seen more as a Sony and PlayStation IP, if anything. But, however, when, Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced to be on both PlayStation 4, which comes expected, as well as Xbox One, I know a ton of us were blown away. So, I feel like because it's now on Xbox One, I feel like Kingdom Hearts in the future might actually have a place on the PC. Now, what are the differences between PS4 and Xbox One? Well, really, honestly, there isn't much differences in terms of the specs and like the hardware. That is in both of the consoles. They both use a controller. They play games very, very similar. Of course, like there's a few differences, like looking at the PS4 controller, it's got the touchpad, but in a general sense, PS4 and Xbox One, they are pretty much the same in terms of how they play games and the way that they play games. They are consoles, you play it with a controller. PC is a lot different though. PC, you use a keyboard and a mouse. Of course, you have that option of plugging in a controller and playing games with a controller. So I feel as if you asked me before Kingdom Hearts 3 got announced what would be more likely to happen, Kingdom Hearts on PC or Kingdom Hearts on Xbox, I would probably say Xbox, just due to the fact that it is very similar to PS4. It's a console. But what are my thoughts and feelings towards, of course, Kingdom Hearts on PC? Well, I feel like it can happen. I feel like now that Kingdom Hearts has gone onto a console that most of us never expected to happen, I would say that it is very possible for perhaps one day for Square Enix to actually put Kingdom Hearts on PC. Now, let's look at Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy always releases on consoles, but round about like kind of 2 to 3 years later, those Final Fantasy games get released on Steam for PC, so you can play them on your computer. I know that recently, I believe Final Fantasy 13 just kind of recently got released on Steam, and it's a new release, and of course that game came out years ago. So I don't know, Square Enix might one day start getting into the trend of doing the same thing with Kingdom Hearts. Who knows? We might be receiving, Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2017, right? On the consoles, Xbox One, PS4, but perhaps maybe in 2019 they might decide to port it to the PC. Although this game, Kingdom Hearts, is definitely more fluid and familiar with the controller. It definitely is a game that should be played with a controller. I don't think it'd be too hard to actually port it to PC controls, even though if it came to PC, I'd most likely play it with a controller. Now, the benefits of playing PC games in terms of console games is the fact that you have way more options in terms of the graphical sense, and even customization towards the game itself. You have so many different graphics options. Of course, if it was put on PC, the graphics of Kingdom Hearts 3 would look better because you can change your resolutions, different kind of graphics details to do with like shadows, VSync, anti-aliasing, you can change all sorts of different things, and that's what's great about PC. Frame rate is another really good thing about PC because of the fact that you choose whether you want to have 30, 59.95, 60, 80, unlimited, whatever. That is great. But the biggest thing that I feel like would be amazing for Kingdom Hearts to go onto PC is most likely the modding. Now, I am a sucker when it comes to mods. I love mods. And as you guys know, I cover a lot of different hacks and mods to do with like Kingdom Hearts 2 and sometimes Birth by Sleep here on my channel. Now, this is modding through emulation. That's really the closest that we have to like mods for Kingdom Hearts, is through editing and hacking the files that are already within inside of the game's data through the use of like emulation. So technically, yeah, we are kind of playing the game on PC, but it's not true definitive PC gaming because it's played through an emulator. So yeah, I would really, really like it if Kingdom Hearts could come to PC, but for the factor of modding, because if a game is made for PC, it is a lot easier to modify in terms of modifying a console game. So that would kind of be my only real upside towards having Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC, would be the modding as well as the different graphical options. But otherwise, I mean, Kingdom Hearts is a game that definitely should be played with a controller, and I mean, it's always had its home on the console, especially PlayStation, and that's talking about the main entries. But you can never be so sure with Square Enix. Square Enix always pull the unexpected, and I think that they did that with Xbox because Kingdom Hearts has never been on Xbox before. So what's to say that they won't do the same with with the PC? And of course, it would be fairly simple for them to, put Kingdom Hearts 3 on PC or perhaps a future Kingdom Hearts game, as Unreal 4 engine is, of course, all fully developed on the PC. That comes expected, and it is quite easy to port over to PC in comparison to, like, different other, game engines. But anyway, guys, I thought I'd just bring you this discussion. These are just my opinions. This is an opinion topic, so hopefully you guys can respect my opinion. Like I mentioned though, Kingdom Hearts is a home on consoles and should be played with a controller, and that's how I feel. But if it did come to PC, I wouldn't be complaining. So be sure to list your kind of thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.